What's cracking, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. Happy weekend to each and every one of you. Now, this video is going to be a bit different. Of course, we are going to be talking about Cardano. Everyone is interested in Cardano. In fact, it's been a very long time since we covered Cardano, so we will be talking about this chart. But in addition to this, guys, I promised you that every time I see an asymmetric trade opportunity, I will be bringing it up to your attention. Now, as many of you guys know, Sean and I, we trade Bitcoin as well as many of the altcoins, especially if they're high to mid MCAP altcoins. We trade those coins on the Bitget exchange. Now, Cardano is one of those coins that we do trade on the Bitget exchange. However, a couple of weeks ago, I had brought up an asymmetric trade on that exchange, right? And this was it right here. If I take you guys on over to Bitget, they have like this new Launchpad feature, right? Where new projects host their coin listings on. Now, one such project I had brought up to your attention, now this was a couple of weeks ago, was this one, Triple Z Go Sleep. So these are like ICOs, right? But now what really piqued our interest in getting into ZZZ Go Sleep was the previous two ICOs that this exchange held, right? Which was BBO and Halo. And I crunched the numbers for you guys. BBO did a good 20x, guys, 20x. It hit the charts, it rallied, it dumped, and even after the dump, it was still 20x from where you got in at if you invested in the ICO. Okay, 20x even after a pullback. Halo did a 7x after a pullback. So it hit the exchange, rallied, pulled back, and still was 7x up from where the ICO traders got in at. Okay, so that's the two sort of data points that really piqued my interest. And based on that, I figured that participants were getting a massive subsidized rate on these tokens. So now ZZZ hit the charts, and what do you know? Check this out. So now this is just an infographic. ZZZ went up to a good 7,992%. Okay, so you invested in the ICO, it hit the charts. 1 week from when it hit the charts, you're already up by a good 7,992%. The initial price was 0.025 USDT, okay, and the all-time high was $2. Okay, so this low-key confirms my suspicion that they're getting these tokens at a massive discounted rate. Now, I wanted to bring this up to your attention today, guys, because they have another project that has been listed on this Launchpad, which is called BIP1. Now, this is in line with the whole Bitcoin ordinal narrative, which is the most prominent narrative right now in the space. For those of you who are unaware of what the Bitcoin ordinal is, it is more like NFTs, but on the Bitcoin blockchain. Okay, so it's catching on a lot of hype. So this is in line with that hype. So that's what I really like about this. But now, fundamentals aside, if we're just looking historically at how all of the other Launchpad listings actually performed post the ICO phase, they did extremely well. So right now, all of these opportunities just seem like money in the corner of the room. But now, I really like the whole participation process. Now, how do you really participate in these projects? Number one, you're gonna have to get verified on the exchange, okay? So that is one thing that you need to note. But to now participate in anything as you would in an ICO, as you would in any sort of activity or sport in your life, you first need to show interest. Right now, how do you show interest in a project like this? All you gotta do is click on that participate button. And then on the right-hand side of your screen, you're going to see this big registration button right there. Now, I have already gone ahead and clicked it because I'm interested in this project, so my registration is successful. To show interest, guys, you're going to have to register. Okay. Now, after that, let's go over some of the details. The total token allocation for the ICO phase, okay? So for people investing in the ICO, there are about 1.89 million tokens up for grabs. Alrighty. But now, how do you get these tokens? In order to get these tokens, you need tickets. That's right. Depending on how many tickets you have, you get the appropriate tokens allocated to you. Okay, but now how do you get these tickets? Tickets will be allocated based on your average BGB holdings. So to get tickets, guys, you're gonna need to hold BGB in your accounts. BGB is the native token of the Bitget exchange. Okay, so the more BGB you hold, the more tickets you are likely to get. But please note, you need to hold at least 2,000 BGB to be included in this ICO. So now 2000 BGB is around $940 USD. Now, what I really like about this entire process is that they are not forcing you to participate. Even if you get the tickets, it is entirely up to you if you want to switch those tickets to this token. If you choose that, hey, you know what, you'd rather just keep it in BGB, that's completely fine. If you choose to just not participate in this ICO and not grab this BIP1 token, that's completely fine. That's up to you. So this entire process is more like an option. Even if you get the tickets, you still have the option to back out if you want to. Okay, there is no forceful participation here. And another thing that I really like about the entire process is that there is a consolation prize for anyone who participates. And that is this. If I take you guys on over to additional information on here, the way Bitget really has these Launchpad events is that, yeah, they have the main pool, which is 1.89 million tokens in this project. But in addition to this pool, they have something called the Sunshine Pool. Now, the Sunshine Pool is more of a consolation prize for those of you who get less than one ticket allocated to them. Okay, if you're in that category of people, you then have a shot at bagging a portion of this 210,000 BIP1 tokens. Okay, so that is the consolation prize. And that's what I'm saying. It's like a no-lose situation. If you want to participate, you can choose to participate. If you don't get a ticket, there's still a consolation prize. And so far, the entire track record of this entire Launchpad system, all of these projects have been releasing at a minimum of 7x. So all you got to do is make sure you're KYC verified, as well as you have some $940 worth of BGB tokens in your account. Okay, and of course, hit that register button to show interest in this project. Now, just a couple of other key details, the snapshot period. So everything ends on May 14th. Okay, actually tomorrow. Okay, so you have around 24 hours. May 14th is the last day. The ticket calculation also happens on May 14th, so tomorrow. Ticket allocation announcement, so how many tickets you get based on your holdings, also gets announced tomorrow. Now, the token swap phase is, well, remember, I told you, you guys have the option to participate. If you decide not to participate, if you decide that you do not want this BIP1 token, that's entirely up to you. The token swap phase is essentially where you decide whether or not you want the token or not, depending on the amount of tickets you got. Okay, so this happens between May 14th, so tomorrow, and on Sunday, okay, May 15th, right? And then after that, you will be distributed the token on May 15th, and then trading begins. So this pair hits the charts on the Bitget exchange on May 15th, that is on the Sunday. So you guys still have around 24 hours to register for this project. Okay, so I want to bring this up to your attention because I promised that every time I see any asymmetric trades, I will be bringing it up to your attention. All right, so this is BIP1 for you. With that, let's get right into Cardano. All right, so here we have it, Cardano. Now, the last time we spoke about Cardano, guys, I had brought up this beautiful cup and handle-like formation to your attention, right? With this right here being the neckline of that entire formation. Now, the last time we spoke about Cardano, let me show you what it looked like, okay? It looked like this. Okay, now actually, let's go ahead and play what happened after. And let's go. That's where we caught it, okay? So we saw a break on Cardano, and it was a beautiful break. This chart looked absolutely amazing. It looked bullish. Hell, it was bullish. But then what happened right after? Let's go ahead and speed up this entire process, and boom. So while we did get one weekly confirmation over the neckline of that pattern, the very next candle closed underneath. All right, so now remember, as traders, especially if you're looking at patterns, I'm going to say this time and time again, look for confirmation above any horizontal or any neckline. All right, what is confirmation? 2 candle closes over the region. We did not see 2 candle closes over the region. This was quite a volatile dump to the downside because it pretty much undid the entire previous week's move, right? This entire move of around 15%, Cardano gave all of it back to the market, right? But now what does this mean? For those of you asking me, oh, Krisha, how's the Cardano trade going? Well, it didn't go. I had to get out of that little position that I did have. However, am I bearish on Cardano? No. Okay, now let me show you what it is that I'm looking at. And this is why I'm always going to tell you guys that keep your eyes always on the high level. Because while I did get invalidated on my trade, What this is now telling me is that I can gun for lower prices. Does this change my overarching view on Cardano's setup? No, it doesn't, and here is why. If I take you guys back on over to the monthly time frame, remember how that monthly closed. Now, I'm sort of forgetting when we last covered Cardano. I can't remember if we actually covered the monthly close of April, but anywho, let's do it right now. I'm going to get rid of this neckline, right, which just got deactivated. So by the way, that cup and handle formation has officially been deactivated. Okay, so I'm not going to be looking at the measured move of that cup and handle like formation anymore. However, if we're just assessing the entire monthly time frame for Cardano, all right, let's assess it based on, previous regions of support and resistance. Now, you can see that I had marked that support right here at around 34 cents. Where am I getting this from? Well, check out price action right here, May 18th, essentially when Cardano hit the charts. That was that previous high. And not just that, you'll see how price respected that very, very well as support during this bear market phase, right? We took that out. That was an engulfing bullish candle, took it out and used 34 cents as support. Right? So 2 months of using it as support, and only for that next month of March to close slightly over that 39-cent region. Now that 39 cents, I was looking at that as overhead resistance, right? Price closed over that. Now, yeah, I understand that we have only 2 data points on there. However, what else was lining up with that region, guys? It was the monthly 10 simple moving average, if you guys remember that. Right, we closed slightly over that region. The month of April, however, now this month of April was actually a very ugly spinner candle. Now, while we saw spinner candles across the board on many of the charts out there, this spinner candles, for those of you who are interested in TA, spinner candles are also indecision candles. Okay, there's a lot of indecision, there's a lot of volatility on those candles, but this one is particularly bearish based on where it opened, where it closed, how high it got before it got sold off. The bears had the edge on this close, and that's why we saw immediate follow through to the downside. Okay, but now why am I still bullish on this chart? It's because of this. Currently, we're still holding the 10 simple moving average. For as long as price is living over the 10, I will remain bullish on this chart. More importantly, we're maintaining that uptrend structure for now on the monthly time frame, right? We had one low here, higher low. We had a high here. This technically is put in another higher high on Cardano's chart. All right, so the next major test I will be looking for Cardano comes in at 34 cents once again. Why is that going to be a major test, and why am I going to bid 34 cents? It's because it's going to be super easy to manage. Now, this is the monthly. Monthly still looking good. We're yet to close. We're only 13 days into the month, right? So there's a lot of time left on this before we get a close on this candle. But as long as we're holding the 10 SMA and that uptrend, the bulls still have the edge. When does this entire picture get ugly? As soon as we lose this wick low right here on the monthly time frame. But now let's get back on over to the weekly. Today is a Saturday. So we close a weekly very, very soon. Now, what I will look for the next bullish tilt on Cardano is for us to close back over 39 cents. The same region that we lost to the downside, I'll be looking for price to take that out once again. What is a takeout? When I use the term take out, I'm talking about 2 confirmed candle closes over that level, okay? That is the takeout. That is the ultimate, most delicious takeout you will ever find on any chart, all right? 2 confirmed candle closes over the level is going to be the confirmation we look for further continuation to the upside. Now, what is really alluding to continuation for Cardano? Now, this is what I believe. If this pattern triggers, guys, we're likely going to start inching up to that 39-cent region and testing it once again. So we're seeing this falling channel on the 12-hour time frame. If I go ahead and take the measured move, now note that we have not broken this pattern just yet. If I take the measured move plotted on the potential break of this pattern, that will likely take Cardano all the way up to 40 cents, essentially us closing over 39. If we can close over 39 on this next weekly close, that is going to be a good picture for the bulls. Okay, that's going to be a good minor to intermediate picture for the bulls. Now, in order to anticipate the next 34-cent retest, well, if price breaks that 10 SMA to the downside, so I'm looking for a 12-hour confirmed close underneath the 10 SMA, I will be looking for continuation to the downside. With price getting all the way down to 34 cents per Cardano. Alrighty, now this is all I have for you guys for Cardano. I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis. If there's anything else that you're finding on this chart that maybe I am missing, please do let me know. Ultimately, we are a community. We're here to help each other out, and I am looking to trade Cardano, so all sorts of information will help, and I will likely bring it up in the next video and give you props as well. Okay, so now with this, guys, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I will see you in the next update. Trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.